Could the liquidity bootstrapping pool be the new meta for raising funds in crypto? Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the liquidity bootstrapping pool and so much more. But first, as always, before we get into that, we're going to be taking a look at some of the general news. First, let's take a look at the markets. Right before I start this video, Bitcoin has pumped. As you can see here, Bitcoin's up almost 3%. And as you can see down here, it's pretty funny on CoinMarketCap. They added these new things. They got the trending, and then they got the top gainer, and the biggest loser is USDC. Not sure what's really going on here. Bitcoin Cash is picking up speed, and a little bit more. Not too much is really going on right now. And as we take a look at the charts right now, once again, let's go down to the dollar index. As we can see, the dollar is coming down right now. And as we know, as we talked about in our video yesterday, when the dollar dominance goes up, that is sucking liquidity from the other markets, driving the stock market and crypto down. And as we can see, when the dollar goes down, crypto and the stock market, it pumps. And as you can see here, the S&P 500, it's down a little bit right now, but crypto is going up. And I guarantee you, as the dollar continues to go down, we will see, if it continues to go down, that is, because I'm not a fortune teller. I don't do TA, so I'm not going to tell you guys which way it's going to go. But if the dollar continues to go down, then we will see the stock market probably go up. Probably. And let's take a look at the precious metals. Gold continues to go down. Silver continues to go down. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin mining stock. The Bitcoin mining stocks are a little bit down. But yeah, everything's looking pretty normal. Just your classic, bear market activity. Into our first story of the day, take a look at this. Housing affordability is the worst on record right now. Take a look at this. Too tight to mention. From the National Association of Realtors, housing less affordable than ever. This metric has gone off the chart. Now let's talk about this for a second. As we know, all across the world, and especially in the US and Canada, buying a home is, affording it is the worst on record right now as you're watching this video, which is pretty crazy. And the wealth gap across the world, really, but especially in the US, is going to continue to increase. And as they continue to print more money, people who own assets are going to have their bags being pumped, and people who don't own assets are going to have their purchasing power diluted. So basically, if you don't own assets going into the future, you're going to get screwed because they are not going to stop printing money. That QE is not going to stop. And to our next story, take a look at this. U.S. home mortgage applications are 22% lower than a year ago. Of course, nobody's trying to get in that game right now. And now to some ICP news. Take a look at this. Definity has just made a new partnership with Taurus HQ, I think that's how you pronounce it, into their banking grade custody platform. This is pretty cool. A nice little partnership. Let's go. And then now take a look at this. Nuance is now a DAO. Nuance's SNS swap has gone through. Congratulations to Nuance. Big stuff going on there. Shout out them. And then to our next story, take a look at this. As we know, Sonic, which they're the creators of the liquidity bootstrapping pool, they are, doing their SNS swap right now, trying to raise all that money. Make sure to go support them. Hop in that. They are one of the best teams, if not the best team in, the ICP DeFi ecosystem. They got some really cool stuff going on, all that good stuff. And now we are going to take a deep dive into the Sonic liquidity bootstrapping pool, which is probably the reason you clicked on the video. And yeah, let's take a look at the overview. What is a liquidity bootstrapping pool? Right now you're looking at the UI for, the Sonic liquidity bootstrapping pool right here. But what is the liquidity bootstrapping pool? And if you already know what it is, you're probably gonna get bored by this video, so click off it. This is for people who don't know what it is. I'm just basically gonna be reading off the whole, the whole GitHub thing. Take a look at this. A liquidity bootstrapping pool is a mechanism used in DeFi to facilitate the initial liquidity and price discovery for a newly launched token. It is designed to provide a fair and efficient way for projects to raise funds and establish liquidity for their tokens. As we know, in a market right now, it is very, very competitive to be able to raise funds. And Sonic, the team, they came up with a liquidity bootstrapping pool to help, people raise funds in this very tough macro environment. As it says here, in the liquidity bootstrapping pool, participants contribute both an existing base token such as ICP, CKBTC, or a stablecoin, and the newly issued token to the pool. The base token acts as the initial liquidity, while the new token represents the project's token being launched. The liquidity bootstrapping pool contract determines the initial token price and gradually releases the tokens to the participants based on a predetermined schedule. Now, let's go over to the user guide real quick. Who would this be for? Who should use a liquidity bootstrapping pool? Two types of groups: dev teams / creators wishing to raise funds through the launchpad, and general investors wishing to participate in one of the pools. So you or me can participate in the liquidity bootstrapping pool event. And if you're a creator or a dev and you have, this whole project you need to raise funds for, you can take part in that liquidity bootstrapping pool. Pretty cool stuff. We're going to go back to the overview here and keep reading it off. During the liquidity bootstrapping pool, the token price starts high and gradually decreases over time, incentivizing early participants. This gradual price decline helps establish a fair market price for the token based on supply and demand dynamics. As more tokens are released into circulation, the market has an opportunity to adjust and find an equilibrium price. The liquidity bootstrapping pool provides several benefits, such as ensuring a fair distribution of token among participants, which is absolutely huge. You need things to be fair. Reducing the risk of initial price manipulation. As we know in crypto, there is always price manipulation going on, and it's very good that they're covering it here. And allowing for price discovery in a controlled manner. Basically allowing for the market to decide what is this token worth, what's going on here, in a fair manner that isn't completely manipulated, which we know in crypto there's a lot of manipulation. It also helps projects bootstrap liquidity, making their tokens tradable on DEX from the moment they launch. Well, that's kind of the whole reason why they're there, because they want to raise money. They need money to, build out their project. So that's why they're doing a liquidity bootstrapping pool. Sonic's liquidity bootstrapping pool aims to provide a platform for projects to raise funds and establish liquidity in a decentralized and transparent manner within an internet computer ecosystem. Now let's take a look at the architecture right here. This is a little nice, graphic they got here for us. The Sonic Launchpad backend follows the factory design pattern. There is a factory canister called Registry in charge of deploying new fundraising pool canisters for dev teams. If you don't know what a canister is basically a smart contract. It's a special kind of smart contract. Investors can then participate in the pool they want by directly interacting with the individual pool canister. And as it says here, the liquidity bootstrapping pool is powered by a smart contract deployed on a canister. So it's basically just going over how this is all going on. Let's take a look. I'm just going to go down, through it for the, because we're doing a full overview of this whole thing. As it says right here, smart contract. The liquidity bootstrapping pool is powered by a smart contract deployed in a canister. The smart contract governs the rules and processes of a liquidity bootstrapping pool, including token distribution, price discovery, and participation criteria. Initial token price. The liquidity bootstrapping pool contract determines the initial token price. This price is typically set at a premium to incentivize early participants and gradually use over time, according to a predetermined schedule. Participant contributions. God damn. Sorry guys, I'm really rusty. Participants in the LBP contribute both an existing base token, ICP security stablecoins, and the newly issued token of the project. These contributions are made through the LBP smart contract. Token distribution. As participants contribute funds, the liquidity bootstrapping pool smart contract allocates and distributes the project's tokens to them based on the predefined distribution schedule. Initially, participants receive fewer tokens per unit of base token contributed, but the token to base token ratio gradually improves over time. Then we go on the price discovery. The liquidity bootstrapping pool employs a gradually decreasing token price mechanism to encourage price discovery. This process helps find an equilibrium price based on supply and demand dynamics and prevents abrupt price fluctuations. That's pretty much all you need to know about this. Pretty cool stuff. And there's a little FAQ here. So how do you launch one? And it involves a lot of steps. I would say if you're a founder looking into this saying, hey, I'm interested in the liquidity bootstrapping pool, I would go contact the Sonic team on Twitter. That's probably your best bet. And because they can definitely help you out with this whole thing. And I definitely think this is probably one of the best routes to go, especially in an environment right now where it's tough to raise funds. And then you're trying to figure out, what's how a legal way so you don't go to jail. This is one of the best ways. I think it's really cool. And it's actually something very innovative, very original. And also there was an update to the liquidity bootstrapping pool today. Well, not today, but 2 days ago. From Sonic, they said USDT has landed. Liquidity bootstrapping pool will now support USDT and prepare for V3 pools. But that's not all. We're also diving into weighted pools. You can set up pools with weightings like 60, 20, 20. Weighted pools let you pick how much risk you want to take on while still keeping that liquidity flowing. Higher token weight equals less impairment loss if the price shoots up. Let's get it. Now, guys, always remember, with anything I'm promoting on here, there's going to be some risks to it. But I think the liquidity bootstrapping pool is very cool. And I want to know, what do you all think about it? Do you think this is something that a ton of people are going to be using? I think it's very good because Once again, it's hard to raise funds in an environment like this. Even in the bull market, people are going to have a tough time raising funds because it's always going to be competitive. Web3 is very competitive. There's a lot of people want to raise money, and I think this is probably one of the best ways to do it. Very cool stuff. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give a broad overview of the liquidity bootstrapping pool, cover some news. And if you enjoyed that video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and make sure to go follow me on Twitter. Please go follow me on Twitter, and thank you for watching.